Hello again, this is Robert Veach here. This is my video review of their Anvil brand, their 100-watt rope and fabric cutter. It's a professional electric hot knife with adjustable power and blades and accessories. And it comes in this really nice plastic case. The unit itself has the hardware. We're going to show you how to install that. And on the back it has the wrench you're going to need and a cleaning brush with a handle, and again with this very nice lockable case. Keeps it all organized for you. Now this product gets excellent customer ratings and it has a 1-year warranty. The unit also comes with an instruction manual showing you how to operate the basic unit. So let's get this out of the box and let's show you how to use it. There's everything out of the storage container so you can see a little better. There is the wrench, the cleaning brush. This is the guide that's going to allow you to have the fabric if you're cutting fabric, and this is the blade itself that heats up. And the way this works is energy goes through here, and because this is thinner it has more resistance, so it heats up to cut the material that you're cutting. This has a polarized or non-polarized plug, and doesn't have to be grounded because this is all plastic for safety, which is all plastic here. You can see it has a nice hook so that you can actually hang this if you want to. Now there is a power control on here, and the way the manual describes it, as you increase, you see those lines there getting larger and larger, so as you go down or clockwise with respect to that, it should increase the power. They recommend you start off in the middle, approximately right there when you first use it. There's an indicator light there, and you can see it has the on-off switch there in the name of the product. And if you look at the front, you can see that it has the bolts that will retain the elements that we're going to be using. So you have the heating element itself, and that is going to go in there. We're going to make sure these are all the way counterclockwise so that we can get it in there properly, like that. And this piece right here is going to go on the bottom like that, and that's what's going to be allowing you to slide material in there. So let's take the wrench and let's turn this clockwise. And you want to make sure that this is relatively tight, because this is where the 120 volts and the current regulation that they're doing, because they regulate the current so that this is a controlled temperature on here. So first we're going to use it like that. We're not going to put this guide on here yet. This one right here is just an extra one. If you wanted to use this in this direction, you could, but there's no real reason to do that. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to tighten the top one down, which is going to put more pressure on that one there for a better connection. So we're first going to show how to use it to do rope cutting. After undoing this, I noticed that it has a really generous cord and very flexible, and this is about 6.5, 7 feet. I really like that, so you have a lot of room when you're using this tool. Here I have it plugged in to a watt meter. So I can turn the switch on, you can see that it has a blinking LED, and then there's the wattage displayed. So if I go to the lowest position on there, where there's no lines essentially, you can see how it is pulsing really slowly, and it's averaging about just 4 watts on the watt meter right there. Then if I go in this direction, where there's more lines, you can see it's pulsing more, and now you can see that the average power is 32 watts, and I can see that the tip is starting to smoke because it's getting hot. So I was correct on the power, and again you want to start in the middle, which is the average power that this is producing. Here I have a piece of scrap plywood down on my table, and I have a little thermal gun, so I'm going to turn on. Let's see, and you can see that tip right there glowing right there, because it's now getting hot and steaming. That's what you want to see. Now when you're using a tool like this, it's going to make fumes, so it's a good idea to use something like one of these devices that has a fan and a carbon filter. This is the Novsbig brand, Novsbig. You can get multiple different brands, and this will extract some of the fumes so that you're not breathing those in. So I'm going to put that right in the corner right there. And what this is excellent for is when you're cutting rope, you always get these frayed ends when you just cut it. So I'm going to turn the fan on, and I'm going to heat this up. You can see the LED blinking right there. And we could see how it works on the rope. So see what it's doing? It's just cutting the rope, and it's searing off the end perfectly. So then what you get is you get a melted tip. You can see the tip right there, and that's what you want. And then that way it's not going to fray. So once that cools off, it's a hard tip on there. So it works really great, and it doesn't matter how thick the rope is. You can do a really thick rope. You also notice that it could be used on wood, and if you wanted to, you could create patterns and artwork right on the wood, because it's gonna just burn the wood, and you have a choice of going wide or thin. Look how cool that is. So that's another great way to use this device, not just for rope cutting, but also for wood. Next thing we're going to try, we're going to cut some fabric. Now without that attachment right here, you don't need this for the most part if you're cutting fabric on a board. This is if you're going through a thicker fabric and you want to not have a base piece to protect it. So let's just give this a try, putting this on, and I can go across the fabric right here, and you can see what it's doing. It's just cutting right across. And what's really nice about something like this is that it's searing the ends of the synthetic. Even if this was cotton, it would still sear the ends. So you're getting this really nice cut. Look at that. And to get that with scissors, it's incredibly difficult. So you end up making a really straight, accurate cut or a curved cut with this. You know, you could cut a pattern. So if you had a very specific pattern, you'd easily be able to cut it using this. And again, it's searing those ends. So that worked really, really well. So after testing, what do we think about the Anvil brand, their 100-watt rope and fabric cutter hot knife? This worked really well, and you could use this brush afterwards if you want to. But you can see it really didn't get that much residue on it, but the brush will allow you to clean anything that's on there. And this is the guiding tool that I mentioned. This works really well, as I demonstrated, for cutting rope and for cutting materials, fabric, and of course for burning patterns into wood for decorative reasons. This works excellent for that also. So I'm impressed with the quality of this product. It worked really well. It's got the handle on there for storage to hang it, the long cord to make it very easy to use and flexible. I'm impressed with what they did in this product. I'm going to give it a full 5-star rating. I hope this video review helped you with your buying decision. Thank you for watching.